Hi, if you're not new to the channel, you definitely have seen me make videos about the automation in testing website. Now, that website got a brand new look, which I want to show you a little bit. So you can use this website to generally practice your automation. It has different scenarios which you can check. It even has an API. But that's only part of the whole thing that I want to show you. So it has the API, it has a login functionality, contact. So you can imagine different scenarios which you might encounter in your daily life. Now, like I said, this is only part one, which I want to show. Part two is actually a way to improve your performance testing. And for that, I want to present to you K6 Studio from Grafana. You can just install this as a very normal application on your Windows machine, on Mac, and I think there's even one for Linux. And once you install it, you can generate your test in 3 easy steps. You need to record, you need to generate, and you need to validate. So let's actually get going. For the recorder, we just copy the actual URL, going to copy the contact URL, going back, and then we're going to start recording. Now, in case you have an issue here when you start recording, you need to go to the settings and you will need to tell the Grafana K6 Studio where your actual installation of Chrome is. Now, once you have your URL, you want to do start recording. This will open up a separate browser. And in this browser, let's do some checks. Let's just do a checkout. Want to check for availability, want to book now. Nice room, a little bit vintage, but it's okay. We want to click on reserve, reserve now, and we have these errors right here, or we want to click on cancel. Now, once everything has been recorded, we can just stop the recording. And you see you have a brand new entry here. It has automation testing online. You can change this if you want, by the way. And we have here the requests that were done. If we want to see also the ones which implied static assets, we can activate that. We can search for requests, or we can go inside and see, okay, we made a request to this slash API slash room. What was the payload? What were the cookies? In case we have responses, we can also check the responses. Now, once we have this, we can either go ahead and delete it, or we can just say create test generator, and that's already the second step of our process. As you can see, we had recording, we had one entry right here, and in the test generators, we have now a brand new generator, which, by the way, we can also rename to make it more clear. Now we can choose to either select all of the hosts that we used before, or if we definitely know we want to ignore a couple of the requests, we can choose to. For example, I'm not going to include any static assets. Now we go to continue, and we can have a look right here. We can see, okay, we have the requests. If we go to scripts, this will represent all of the requests that are here in a K6 syntax. And we can see we have some options. So this simulates 20 users, 20 virtual users for 1 minute. This one 20 for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and this one 0 for about a minute. Now at this point, we have full control over what we want to test. So we can go ahead and, on the one hand, explore the requests, and on the other hand, tweak the performance part. So we can go to test options and we can change the number of virtual users. And while I'm doing it here, it will change here as well. We can change the durations. And we can choose also if we want to add any thresholds, any thinking time. We have a fixed one, we can just do random, and based on the updates or based on the customizations that we want, we can change that right here, and it's automatically being modified on the script side. Now, in case we have forms where we added test data, we can do that as well by either adding variables and giving them different values, or adding different data files which we can then use. Once we have all of the setup part, if we want to put it like this, we can also add some verifications. Now we can either verify based on status code or response body, and we can do different comparisons. Now let's say you have everything done, you did some changes here and there, and the next step would basically be to either export this, so you can export this and then use it on your local environment. You can validate this. It would be ideally to validate it and then export it, but who am I to tell you what you can do? And once you have this validated, you can close it. You can make any changes in case you have validations errors, or in case you want to do some changes, you can change it and then validate it again. And now you can export it. And as I said, you can export it to then either use locally or to use it in the Grafana cloud. Let's just do export. Now we have one entry again here. So we did the recording, generation, and the scripting. If I go back, let me just save it. If I go back to the original part, I said I have three parts: recorder, generator, and validator, which we already did. So in this step, I can again revalidate my script or run it in the Grafana cloud. Now for this, you will just need to run it. You need to have an account. You need to then open it, run it, and then have a look at it. But I'm curious, what did you think about, on the one hand, the new look for the automation in testing? Do you plan on doing some tests right here? I plan on definitely having some tutorials with different tools and seeing how the site behaves now. In the past, it was awesome. And on the performance side, tell me if you see this as a new performance tool to add to your portfolio. Tell me what you would change it. And as always, thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, and bye bye.